has to be your path. It has to be the way that you're going to get there. It has to be what'll work for you. I started out slow in my journey. I started out posting on forums and only posting on those topics that I really knew really well. But my husband reminded me that if I would just take a little bit of time and do some research, which I enjoy doing, then I would be able to write 15 words, which was the standard at the time I started my journey, 15 words on anything. I could come up with 15 words on any topic out there. And so he encouraged me to kind of expand what I was doing. And I made sure to always do posts that were engaging, that had something to offer, that said something. And from those forum posts, I began to develop a clientele for doing their content writing. As I expanded my content writing, I began to look at other publications, print publications, magazines, newspapers. And before long, I had enough clientele that I was making around a 5-figure income. Along the way, I launched my blog, which I am happy to announce will be 10 years old in December, which means a lot of giveaways, a lot of celebration, a lot of fun times. So please come out and join me. That's CatherineLang.com. But I also began to do ebooks, and from my ebooks, I expanded into print books. And then I got the brilliant idea that if other folks were going to pay me to create content for their website, then I could just create content for my own websites. And then once I started putting out this content, I knew that people were just going to come and start throwing money at me. I should go ahead and put this little warning in there. I am a full-blown optimist. I am all about the silver lining and finding the hope. Every time I attend a writer's conference, I expect to be full-on tackled by a publisher forcing me to sign a contract with them for an unbelievable amount of royalties. I always know that's going to happen. So when I decided that I was going to create my own content for my own blogs, that I just knew people were going to throw money at myself. But I also discovered something about myself. It's harder for me to write for myself than it is to write for other people. See, I will put things off because I know that I can do it later. Oftentimes, I find myself not doing anything at all. I just put it off. After all, it's my business, right? Wait, it's my business. See, it took me almost 10 years to catch on to the idea that my writing is my business. It is not just a hobby. It's not just something that I enjoy. It's not just something that I have to do to give the voices a place to live. It is my business. It is my full-time income. And if I'm not working my business, then I'm not bringing in the money that I want for this journey. If you're looking for ways to build an income with your writing, if you want to make writing your profession, whether you're seeking to pursue traditional publishing avenues or you're going to branch out into freelance writing or indie publishing or whatever it is, you have to treat it as a business. So, my 5 tips for making money writing is to set goals, seek the jobs, secure the jobs, sustain the jobs, and satisfy your own words. So when I begin to really grow up my writing career and when I invest in doing what I love professionally, then I make a way to make the income that I want. Now, if I don't work it, which is where I found myself the last few years, if I don't truly work my part of my writing business, then I will never be in a position to make money with my writing. I recognized the other day that I have only been investing probably 2 hours a day into my writing business. That includes searching for clients and doing my own writing. If I truly want to have a full-time income with my writing, I'm not going to do it with 2 hours a day. I'm definitely not going to do it if I'm taking off every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm definitely not going to do it if I give everything else the priority, like Netflix, time with the family, although I need to spend time with the family. If everything else takes a priority over my writing, then my writing will never be in a position to be the profession that I need to sustain a career as a writer. It is completely and totally on my shoulders as a freelancer. I am an entrepreneur. Every writer that is trying to build a career on their words is an entrepreneur. The words are part of the product. The product is the writer. I am the product. I am the business. I am the driving force. If I don't do anything with my words, then I will never build an income with my words. If I write the words and I put them in the drawer, then I will never make an income with my words. If I don't write the words, then I have no product to put out there to make the income that I want. So I have to take this business and actively work this business in a way that's going to allow me to develop income avenues that work for me, because each of us has our own path and our own likes and dislikes. Some people like writing content. I enjoy writing content. Some people don't like writing content. That's how I get the jobs to write the content. When I invest in my business and I determine it's going to be something I do professionally, then I'm in a position to make the money that I want to make. It's going to fall on me because I'm the only one to do it. Right Talk needs to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'm going to share some more ideas on these 5 tips.
Mason Hawks of the United Earth Central Core. I've encountered an unidentified spacecraft that has refused to answer all attempts to communicate. It has reacted in a hostile manner and launched several combat fighters to engage me. My ship is damaged and I'm not going to make it, so I've done a memory scan and embedded it in this transmission. Please. I'm not sure how I got here or even where here is.
Can we boost the signal?
I woke up in the wreckage of a crashed shuttle. Is anyone receiving this? Can anyone out there hear me?
The relay satellite has been destroyed. My signal's too weak.
If you can hear this, you've got to warn Earth. We are being invaded.
There's no hope of warning Earth in time.
The aliens that shot down my shuttlecraft plan to take over UCC territory.
Surrounding the station.
I'm stranded on this primitive backwater planet and trapped in some kind of experimental biosuit. We are being attacked by some
There's just too many of them.
sort of shape-changing alien beings. If you are receiving this, please, relay the warning to Earth.
Stars of the Conry by S.P. Dorning. Ask for it at your local bookstore or order it on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble today. Audio produced by SpiritBlade.net. Christian sci-fi and fantasy, unsterilized, unsafe, unleashed.
Travel along with Cal Press and Spencer as they search the Alabama Gulf Coast, Gulf Shores from Fort Morgan to Dolphin Island, Fort Gaines, for a treasure hidden away by centuries.
You dare uncover the secrets held by Mystery Rock? Come along in Catherine C. Lang's new middle school tourism fictional novel series, Scouting Out Adventure. Get the first book, Mystery Rock, in paperback and ebook at Amazon.com or CatherineLang.com.
Welcome back to today's episode of Right Talk, where we are talking money, and we have been talking money because who doesn't want to make money with their words? Now, the first thing that we have to do is set goals. We have to know why it is that we are writing, and I have to not just do this once, because this is going to be an ongoing process. The more that I write and the more that I pursue writing, the more opportunities I'm going to discover, and more importantly, the more ideas I'm going to have about what it is I want to write and how I want to write. So I have to begin to define my writing goals on a regular basis. Just last week, I sat down and figured out really what my sincere goals were for my writing. What is it that I truly want to do? More importantly, what is it I'm willing to do to get to those goals? Because I can set all the goals in the world, but if I don't know what it's going to take to get there, and then I don't truly be honest with myself about whether or not I'm willing to invest in getting there, then it's not going to matter how many goals I write down. So I wrote down my goal, I looked at my goal, I made a list of what it would take to get to that goal, and then I began to adjust in order to show myself, yes, I will do this, or no, I won't do that, or I will do more of this and I'll do less of this. And when I was honest about it, I began to create a pathway for it. I do this every week, I do this every month, I do this every single year. And the reason I do it so many times is because things change. Life happens. In the summertime, my schedule is one thing. In the fall, in the spring, in the winter, my schedule is something else. If something comes up in my life that it requires more time for my day, then I have to shift my schedule again. And when all of this is accounted in, then I can make a true pathway and really understand what it is that I want out of my writing and what I am willing to invest. And again, it's me. It's up to me. It's not anybody else. Nobody else can tell me how to get there. And more importantly, nobody else can tell me what it is I'm trying to get. And if I am settled on somebody else's path, then I'm going to continue to struggle. The second thing is to actively look for jobs. They're not going to come. Now, I take that back. Sometimes the jobs will come get you, especially if you're actively involved in your writing in other ways. You're building your platform, you're doing presentations or whatever. But 99% of the jobs that you're going to get are going to be jobs that you yourself hunted down and captured. So keep your eyes open. Look through the websites regularly. Look for websites that pay posters. It may only be $50, but that's $50 more than you were making not doing that post. So continue to look for print publications. Print publications typically pay more than online publications. And always look within your niche, but also look in surrounding areas around your niche. I am a homeschool mom, but I also love to travel with my kids and I love to cook. So there's all sorts of little areas in those interests and abilities that I can contact and utilize to increase my income. So here's the key to making money as a writer. You have to seek and you have to ask, and then you have to repeat the process. Just keep going after the jobs. Once you find where you can get the jobs, you need to then secure that job by practicing patience and persistence. And the key is the persistence. So you need to practice writing queries. If you don't know how to write a query, Google query and practice writing. Find some people that you know that do that, or people in the industry, and ask them to review a query that you've written. The first thing you need to know about writing a powerful query is you have to know the publication. What voice do they use? Do they use contractions? Are they talking to a particular audience? And hint, hint, they are talking to a particular audience. And the more you know about them, the better you're going to be able to write for them. You need to know who you're supposed to query. Take some time to find out which editor you need to speak, whether or not that editor's there. If it means picking up the phone and calling the publication, do that. The more that you personalize this, the better chance you have of getting the job. The third thing is you need to write the article, possibly. Some don't want the full article, some just want a query, but here's the thing. I've written queries without writing the article, and I wrote an amazing query, but I could not write the article to match the query. I tried. So you have to, if you're just going to query an idea, you need to have some kind of outline or some kind of roadmap that's going to allow you to create the article that you are presenting in the query. The fourth thing that you need to know about making a great query letter is you need to read the guidelines. if the magazine, the publication, or the website doesn't accept what it is that you're pitching, not only will they not accept that one, but you're probably going to land in the spam folder from then on out. So please know who, not just who, but what. And then make sure you check and recheck and recheck and recheck and recheck. Make sure you've got the right name on the query. Make sure you got the right address. Make sure that you're sending it to the right website. Just due diligence in this situation can really keep you from feeling the pain of not checking. Because there's nothing worse than hitting send and realizing you did not change the name on the letter from the other magazine that you queried the same idea to. Yeah, not good. And the next thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sustain the jobs that you get. You are going to get jobs. If you're persistent in pursuing these jobs, you are going to find places that will pay you money for the words that you create. But you have to make sure that you sustain the jobs by being professional. Write as a professional so that you can get paid professionally. Hit the deadline, which I know it's shocking, but it's amazing to me how many editors have to deal with freelancers that don't hit their deadlines. Follow the work requirements. Do what they ask you to do. If they asked you for 1,000 words, give them 1,000 words. If they asked you for 100 words, give them 100 words. Check your spelling and your grammar. They probably have an editor, but try to give them the most complete product that you can give them. And if you will do just these simple little things, it's amazing how many editors will come back to you without you having to continuously pitch ideas to them. When they see that you're treating it professionally, they're going to pursue you for future opportunities. And finally, and most importantly, you need to satisfy your own words. You need to fulfill your own needs for writing. The biggest thing I can tell you to do when you are writing for other people, in order to keep your own words and that need fulfilled, is to join a challenge. National Novel Writing Month, Blog Member, all of those different November challenges are great, but try to see about getting into a group or an organization that keeps you going throughout the year. I'm part of the 10-Minute Novelist group, and they challenge me every single day to write words. I'm part of the Christian Indie Authors Network, and they are excellent for pushing me to write my words or challenging me for a word war. And all these things keep me writing. I need to also be accountable. And these groups hold me accountable, but so do the people that I meet with regularly in my personal small group. Accountability is key when you are trying to do it all. And deadlines. I hate to say it, but I think that that's one of the reasons so many entrepreneurs as writers struggle to find their success. They don't meet their own deadlines. If you're going to independently do this, then you're going to have to make deadlines that will push you to get it done. This is really a process. I'm going to have to continue to adjust what I'm doing and where I'm going because the opportunities are going to adjust. My own schedule is going to adjust. But when I treat this as a profession and I pursue it diligently, then I can create a full-time income that's going to allow me to have all that I want for this writing journey. We're going to take one more break, but when we come back, I will share some final thoughts on how to make money writing.
There will always be an excuse. There will always be a reason not to keep going. There will always be something that tries to hinder my journey. In truth, the only thing that gets in the way of the journey looks back at me from the mirror every day. I am the only person, the only thing that can hinder my success. Place and Purpose is a book that offers my own experiences with discovering that unique path and uncovering the truth that they don't hold the answers to my journey. I break it down to 4 simple questions: why, what, how, and when. When you answer these questions for yourself, then you will be closer to that unique place designed just for you. Here are some of the things that are being shared about place and purpose. Catherine shares many ways that you can get closer to God and begin to identify that missing part of your life. Place and Purpose offers practical tips for digging into a personal relationship with God so that I can recognize His purpose for my life. Catherine Lang has filled this book with wonderful advice for beginners, but also practical advice for the seasoned believer. Get your copy of Place and Purpose by visiting www.catherinelang.com/books and begin to answer the why, what, how, and when of your journey.
The music for this production was created by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and is licensed under Creative Commons by attribution.
The sound of the door unlocking made her heart speed up. Her reasonable mind told her there was nothing on the other side, but reason had lost its argument long ago. It was time to face the past, no matter how much she wanted to. Run, the pulse-quickening first novel in the Big Spring series from Catherine C. Lang. Don't look back. Get it today in paperback or ebook at Amazon.com or CatherineLang.com. Run.
Welcome back to this final segment of today's Write Talk, where we are talking make money as a writer, make money with our words as we're building the success that we desire. In other words, I don't have to jump in and make my money as an author selling my books. I can find other ways to supplement my income until I get to where I want to go. So I need to set goals so I know what it is I want. I need to seek the jobs, because if I don't seek them, I probably won't ever find them. I need to secure the jobs by asking for the opportunity and by knowing who I'm pitching to and what it is they want. And then I need to sustain the jobs by being professional. And finally, I need to take time to satisfy my own words. I need to feed my own creative spirit. For me, I have been told a lot of things, and I had thought a lot of things about what writing was. And the three biggest myths of writing for me is, one, that writing is glamorous work. Now, it can be glamorous at times, but the thing that was left out when people told me about the writing journey was that it's work. It is work. It is hard work. Yes, I'm sitting at a computer, I'm writing, or I'm sitting out on the porch in an amazing location, looking at the creek, putting words on paper, but it is work. I love it. I love having the opportunity to write. I love having the opportunity to do these broadcasts. I love speaking at conferences, but it is work. And if I don't treat it like my business and I don't treat it professionally, then I'm never going to make a living doing it. The second myth is that it's easy to be a writer. The only people that believe this myth, or that even think about this myth, are people that don't do it. Anyone that has sat down and written a book, or sat down and written a regular blog, or sat down and written a magazine article knows that it is not easy. Yes, you just have to sit down and write. So technically, it's not as difficult as, hauling bricks. I'll give you that. But if you want to be a writer, then you have to hone the craft. Yes, writing is an art. But once you have the art part into the paper or into the article, then you have to come back and you have to mold and shape and clear up that craft, that art, into something that is professional and is a product that I can then share. And the third myth is, I am so good that you would be crazy never to buy my work. And this is not just a myth. It's good to have this kind of confidence if you're going to be writing, because it is a tough industry. But it is not just about the words. It's not even just about the talent. I have to be committed and consistent in creating the content and getting the content out there if I'm going to build a career with my words. I can be a good writer. I can be a great writer. But if I'm not a consistent and persistent writer, then I will continue to struggle in this journey. Persistence is more powerful than anything else out there. And I'm going to add a fourth myth that I sometimes run across. And that is writers. This is a myth that writers tend to put on themselves. I am not good enough to do this. Well, let me assure you that you are not only good enough to do this, you are the only person that can do this. You're the only person in this world that can tell your story. Yes, there may be another story similar to yours. There may even be another story that's identical to yours, except that yours is going to be in your voice, and yours is going to be with your slant, and yours is going to be with your unique sense of humor. You are the only one that can tell that story, and you need to tell that story. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Write Talk, where it's always the right time for Write Talk. If you are interested in really pursuing the words, I have a special gift for you today. You can head over to KatherineLang.com/26day. I have a challenge that I've put together. It's a 26-day challenge specifically designed to help you in your writing journey, to help you build and craft your writing career. Get over there and you can sign up today. You can also join our Facebook group. That's Successful Freelance Writer. You can find that at facebook.com/group/Successful Freelance Writer. Share your plans about what you're doing. Share your struggles. Share your questions. We are here to work together. If I don't reach out and help others, then I am going to struggle in my own journey. It works that way. The more I help and the more I reach out, the more I will be able to build my own foundation of success. Let me know how you're going in your journey of trying to this word frenzy of November, and let me know if I can help you. I really do want to help you if I can. Be sure you also head over to the Successful Freelance Writer website. That's at successfulfreelancewriter.com. You can get more tips and ideas and guidance for building your successful careers with words. You can also sign up for the newsletter that comes out twice a month. And in the newsletter, I try to share writing opportunities, paid writing opportunities or contests or other things that I hear about where you can earn some income as a freelance writer. But remember, most importantly, this is your path. You have to create your own path to writing success. I can't do it for you. I can't even tell you how to do it. What I can do is tell you some ideas that have helped me in my journey, or that I've heard has helped others in their journey. And in sharing those, you can begin to find your own path to freelance writing. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I offer a free Break the Block consultation. You can sign up today at www.KatherineLang.com/consult. Because I want to make sure that you're on your journey. Also, come back here Monday and Thursday mornings, 9 a.m. Central, for some more Write Talk, where writers talk about writing, because around here, really, it's always the right time for Write Talk.